Welcome back, everybody. If this is your first time here, my name is Zach Pasquarello. I make these videos because I love teaching people how to start a bookkeeping business. Please let me know in the comments. Let me know if you can see me. Let me know if you can hear me. I hope my audio sounds good. I'm making this video because I want to do a live Q&A, question and answer. So feel free to drop your questions in the chat. I'm going to be on here for the next 30 minutes, just responding to people's questions, having an open conversation. So the more interaction, the more questions I get from you, the better. I'm going to be talking about how to start a bookkeeping business. If this is your first time watching my videos, I started my bookkeeping business 5 years ago. I grew it to the point of 87 clients at the peak. Now I have 80 clients, and I just make these videos because honestly, I love talking about my bookkeeping business. I love chatting about it. And so, yeah, my goal is to teach you what I know, teach you what I've learned so that you can avoid the mistakes that I made and also fast track to success. I'm serious, everybody. I just love making these videos. Truthfully, from the bottom of my heart, I love making these videos. I love talking about my bookkeeping business. I love talking about my bookkeeping business so much that I'm just making these videos for free on YouTube. I make a new video pretty much every week, pretty consistently for the past 4 years, just teaching people what I know. So if you have questions about QuickBooks Online, bookkeeping fundamentals, sales, marketing, social media, website, Google My Business, customer service, onboarding clients, cleanup projects, monthly workflow, month end close, reconciliation, taxes, the list goes on and on. So let me know. Let me know what your questions are. I'd be happy to answer your questions. This video is sponsored by my investment fund, Zip Capital. I'm offering 8% up to 12% fixed returns to accredited investors. If you want to learn more about Zip Capital, you can register on my website down in the description below. So, my strategy for starting a bookkeeping business is a 4-step process. So once the questions start coming in on the chat, I'll start answering your questions. But until then, I'll just go over my 4-step process for starting a bookkeeping business. Step number one, learn bookkeeping, learn QuickBooks Online. This is the first step, but it's also, in my opinion, the easiest step. Learning bookkeeping fundamentals. If you're taking notes, write this down. Bookkeeping fundamentals, accounting concepts, debits, credits, assets, liabilities, equity, income, expenses, accounts payable, accounts receivable. Learn how all of those accounting concepts work independently and also work together. Debits and credits, balance sheet, income statement, and everything that makes up those things. Learn those fundamentals. The way I did it, honestly, I took intro to accounting at an online college, Penn State. I went to Penn State online. I was in the army, so I used my 9/11 GI Bill to go back to school for free. So I had a college degree. I joined the army. I was an infantry officer, but I never took a business, finance, or accounting class during my undergraduate. I got a psychology degree and then joined the army and then got out of the military and then I went back to school and I started studying accounting. I never got an accounting degree. I never even got an accounting certificate, but I took 10 college level, undergraduate, and graduate level accounting classes at Penn State online. You don't have to take 10 classes. Honestly, you could probably just take one intro to accounting at a local community college, and that would probably be good enough. Also, Intuit offers a bookkeeping course, from what I understand. I think it's free. Either way, you just got to learn bookkeeping fundamentals. And then QuickBooks Online. You have to learn how to use QuickBooks Online. I know for a fact QuickBooks offers a certification, QuickBooks Online Certified Pro Advisor. It's a good course. It's a hard course. You have to pass it in 3 attempts, and it's not going to teach you everything you need to know about QuickBooks, but it will definitely give you experience. It'll give you a certification. It'll give you a talking point during your sales consultations. If you have no experience like I did when I got started, no work experience, no let me just check the comments real quick. Okay, it looks like you guys can hear me. Okay, that's good. I see some comments and questions rolling in. I'm going to get to those in a second. But if you have no experience, no work experience, no certifications, no college degree in accounting, then the QuickBooks Online Certified Pro Advisor is going to be a great certificate for you to get because it gives you experience and it gives you a talking point during your sales consultations to prospective clients, which is all we need. We just need to get over that hump of not having experience. So, my biggest tip, my best tip for anybody who's just getting started, learn bookkeeping and QuickBooks, step number one. Step number two, sales and marketing. But here's the thing, start doing both at the same time. Yes, you need to know bookkeeping and QuickBooks, but you also need to get clients. And it's going to take you 30 days, maybe 3 months to get your first client. So 30 days is enough time for you to get started learning bookkeeping and QuickBooks. So start learning and start marketing at the same time. Now, what are we going to do for marketing? So I have a course for sale. It's linked in the description of this video. I go over all of this in much more detail. In my course, I go over like a step-by-step marketing plan. And then also on my website, I have a 30-day social media marketing strategy guide that's also linked down below. And you can buy either of those, or you could just watch all of my videos and probably get a lot of the information for free. But a good tip for sales and marketing when you're just getting started, you can create content and just share your journey. Just be honest, open, authentic, genuine, be yourself. Just go to social media, go to the channels you already have, and just tell the world what you're doing. Hey, everybody, my name's Zach. I'm just starting a bookkeeping business. I just passed my QuickBooks Online Certified Pro Advisor. I just enrolled at Penn State Online and I'm taking Intro to Accounting. Super excited. If any business owners need help with their bookkeeping, let me know. If anybody needs help with their QuickBooks, I'm offering a free 30-minute consultation. If anybody wants to chat about their bookkeeping or QuickBooks, let me know. I would love to meet with you. Simple stuff. Keep it simple, be honest, be open, be authentic, be genuine, and just share your journey and start early. Start marketing early. Okay, let's get to the comments. Let's see what the folks are saying. Jason De La Cruz, hey Zach, congrats and good luck on the new venture. Been a long time follower, up to 27 clients now. Thanks for all your guidance. Hey, for everybody watching this, I remember Jason watching my channel, probably 3 years ago at this point, and he was just getting started. And look at that, he's got 27 clients. So if that's not evidence enough that you can do this, if I can do it, if Jason can do it, I know you can do it too. Sheffley Burns, how do you find clients and what do you say to them? So I find the majority of my clients on social media. I create content. I find prospective clients in local Facebook groups or on LinkedIn. You can search for people. Instagram, a little bit harder, but Facebook and LinkedIn, pretty easy to search for people. So I create content every single day. I find people in Facebook groups or on LinkedIn, and then I send them a connection request. So on Facebook, send them a friend request. LinkedIn, send them a connection request. And then I engage with them. I comment on their posts. I like their posts. If they comment on my post, I reply to their comments. And then I usually wait 30 days. But then after 30 days, I'll just send them a message. I keep it pretty simple. Let me just be clear. I'm not a sales expert or a marketing guru. But really what I say, hey, I'm a bookkeeper. Let me know if you ever need help with your QuickBooks. It's pretty simple. It's pretty straightforward. It might not be the best, but it's good enough and it worked for me. So that's how I found clients and that's what I say to them. If nothing else, just be a normal person. Just be likable, be inquisitive, ask them about themselves. Hey, so tell me a little bit about your business. So what do you have going on? What are you struggling with right now? Like, why are you looking for a new bookkeeper? Whenever I get on the phone call with somebody, the first thing I always do is I just ask them a ton of questions. I just ask them a ton of questions, and then usually I figure out what they need, and then I come up with a solution. We're not selling bookkeeping services. We're selling solutions to problems. When you think about it like that, the sales process becomes much more helpful. I'm not just going to record your transactions. I'm going to reduce your stress. I'm going to make tax filing easier. I'm going to solve your problems. Whenever you frame it like that, then you can really charge a premium on your services because reducing somebody's stress, saving somebody's time, that's priceless. All right, Black Joy. What are the most important tech tools and apps you need for a seamless monthly workflow, including meeting new clients? So there's a lot, but I really like my calendar. So I use Squarespace for my website, and then I think it's called Acuity. Acuity. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's Acuity scheduling, and it integrates really well with Squarespace. So I have my calendar connected to my website. So people can you can actually go onto my calendar right now. I think it might be linked below, harrisburgbookkeeping.com/scheduling. It should be linked below, and you can actually schedule a meeting with me, a one-on-one consultation. And I have a similar link for prospective clients. Prospective clients can fill out a scheduling link, and then we can schedule a free 10-minute consultation. So I really like Acuity scheduling, and it integrates with my G Suite. So I use Google Suite to manage my email, my calendar, and my virtual meetings. So Google Meet is like Zoom, great for meetings face to face virtually. Google Suite has email. It looks exactly like your personal Gmail, but you can connect your business website. So my email address, zach@harrisburgbookkeeping.com, is connected to my domain and it's connected to my Google Suite. I pay $6 per month for Google Suite. And then whenever I log into my email, it looks just like my personal Gmail account. I have it on my phone, I have it on my computer, super user friendly, easy to use. And then my Google Calendar connects to my Acuity schedule. So if I block off 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. on my Google Calendar, then if you go to my website and try to schedule a meeting, it's also going to be blocked off 1 p.m. to 3 p.m., which just makes a seamless integration for scheduling new meetings. And then what other tech do I use? I use PandaDoc to send my agreements, send my client agreement electronically so that my clients can sign PandaDoc. PandaDoc is a little bit expensive, but it's really nice for electronically getting signatures. And then finally, Google Suite for my email. Right Inbox is an extension for my Google Suite. I use Right Inbox for Google Suite, and it's just really helpful for sending recurring emails. And that helps with month end close because everything we do is monthly. So I send a recurring email to every one of my clients saying, hey, please send me last month's bank statements and credit card statements. And I'm able to send recurring emails with Right Inbox. So Blackjoy, hopefully that gave you a little bit of guidance. Zolan Dangerfield. I just finished my bookkeeping certification and pro advisor level at this stage. Should I be shifting most of my time into marketing or balancing it with refining my operations? Zolan, a lot of it depends on how much time you have. If you have a full-time job right now, you might only have 2 hours a day to devote to your bookkeeping business. I would probably do two-thirds, one-third. Spend two-thirds of your time marketing and selling, and then maybe one-third of your time refining your processes, delivering customer service, and learning more about bookkeeping and QuickBooks. Maybe even more so lopsided to marketing and sales. Honestly, when I was just getting started and I had zero clients, I spent almost all of my time marketing and selling. I was studying intro to accounting. I was studying for my QuickBooks certification pro advisor, but then outside of that, every other second that I had of the day, I was creating marketing content and I was sending messages and sending friend requests, growing my network. When I got started on Facebook 5 years ago, I had 300 friends, and it was all just friends from high school, college, and family members and friends in my community. None of them were prospective clients. So it took me a long time, but as long as you're consistent every day for 2 or 3 years, you're going to build your network on social media. Alec, good to see you, Alec. Good morning. I've been posting on Facebook groups and cold calling local small businesses. I recently tried Google Ads. So far, no clients. Maybe I need to work harder at it. What do you recommend? So when it comes to marketing, so you gotta be analytical, and you have to try to improve your marketing. So it's not enough to just create marketing content every day. You have to be really obsessed with it. You honestly have to be obsessed with your marketing and your sales. You have to constantly think about it. How can I make this better? Every single week, I'm always looking at my posts and seeing what did well and what didn't do well. And then if you've ever followed me, I'm sure you've seen, and by the way, all of my social media channels are linked below. So if you're looking for some inspiration or motivation for your social media, definitely recommend follow me on social media and just see what I'm doing. I'm not suggesting that you copy exactly what I post, but you could see how I post, when I post, what I post, why I post, and where I post, and then you can get some ideas, some motivation and inspiration. But Alec, to answer your question, I would say you just need to look at what you're doing. Look at what other people are doing. Follow me, follow celebrities, follow other influencers in the financial services industry and see what they're doing and see what works. See where they're posting. LinkedIn, Facebook, Facebook groups, Instagram, YouTube, and then see what kind of posts are they doing. Are they doing just words or pictures or infographics or videos, short videos with captions, long videos, day in the life videos, talking head videos like what I'm doing, instructional videos, interviews, see what kind of content people are posting, but then almost probably more importantly, figure out what kind of content you like creating. Because if you don't like doing it, you're not going to stick with it, especially if it's not working. If it's not working and you like doing it, you might keep doing it. That's where I was with my YouTube channel when I just got started 4 years ago on YouTube. I loved doing it. So nobody was watching my videos when I first got started, but I just really enjoyed doing it. I was really passionate about it. I'm sure you can kind of feel my energy even through the computer, even through the microphone. You can kind of tell that I just genuinely enjoy doing this. And that's the only way you're going to be consistent for a long period of time. You have to really enjoy the process. So I would figure out what works, figure out what other people are doing, and then find out what you like doing. And then just double down on if you like it and it's working, do more of it. If you like it and it's not working, maybe do less of it. If you don't like it and it's not working, forget about it. Move on, stop doing it. But you just need to look back, look at your history, see what did well, see what didn't do well, and then mix it up. I was guilty of this when I first got started. I was just making the same content over and over again, and nothing was working, but I was expecting different results. What do they call that? The definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. So if it's not working, you got to figure it out. You got to mix it up. So maybe it's more personal posts, maybe it's more business posts, maybe it's more pictures, maybe it's less videos, maybe it's less emojis, maybe it's more simple language. Maybe you're being too technical with your language. I don't know what it is for you, but you got to figure out what's working and what's not working and then mix it up. Learn different marketing strategies. All right, Andy. Zach, I took pictures of all those companies that I wanted to target, found their contact in Florida, and sent them a flyer with business card. I never heard from any of them. I sent more than 200. Andy, that's going to happen. Let me tell you a quick story. This should be hopefully some inspiration or at least an eye-opening observation for some of you. So as you know, I'm growing Zip Capital. You can see there I'm offering 8% to 12% fixed returns. So I've been talking about some of the lessons that I've learned through growing Zip Capital and relating it to you because we're both starting new businesses. So you're starting a bookkeeping business. I'm starting my investment fund. So it's been really relatable. So here's my quick story. I sent a message to all of my LinkedIn connections, 5,000 messages in July. I sent a message to every single one of my LinkedIn connections. I said the same thing, like, hey, I'm starting an investment fund, Zip Capital, offering this. Let me know if you want to talk about it. Could be a good fit. And none of them turned into new investors. I sent 5,000 messages to my LinkedIn connections. I probably got 100 people interested, and I probably got 20 to 30 meetings out of 4 or 5,000 messages. 20 or 30 meetings, 0 investors yet. But think about it like a farm. We're just planting seeds. So those 200 flyers, that's a good start. You got to, so that was just what, maybe one day of work, maybe a week of work, maybe a whole month of work. but you have to continue working. You have to get creative, mix it up, find out what works, find out what doesn't work, and do more of it. So you sent 200 flyers. You can't give up. That's just the start. I sent 5,000 messages. I got 100 people interested. I booked 20 meetings. I've got 0 investors from that. So I have 7 investors, almost $700,000 invested in Zip Capital, but that's just the start. I'm just getting started. 5,000 messages and I'm only getting started. So good job sending 200 flyers, but you're just getting started. You got to send 200 flyers every day or 200 every week or 200 every month. You're just getting started. All right, I want to make sure I don't lose my spot here. Muffy, I'm struggling to land my first client. Muffy, I feel you. I struggled. It took me about a month to get my first bookkeeping client. It took me about a month to get my first investor in Zip Capital. Getting your first is the hardest. Steele, Wozak, you caught me off guard with this live. Steele, let me know if you have any questions. I know you've been a long time supporter. I appreciate you joining us. Brandon, hey, for new clients, do you normally charge the QuickBooks subscription fee as part of the monthly bookkeeping fee or have the client pay it themselves? I never pay for the client's QuickBooks subscription for 2 reasons. One, I think it gives a false sense of how much they're paying me for their bookkeeping services. For example, QuickBooks might cost $50, sometimes $100. If I'm charging somebody $200 for my bookkeeping services, and if I group together their bookkeeping services and their QBO subscription, now all of a sudden it seems like that, like psychologically, they think they're paying me $250 to do their bookkeeping. When in reality, you're only paying me $200 and you're paying QuickBooks $50. So I just feel like psychologically, I want to separate those 2 things so that they don't place that fee onto my services. And so they differentiate the 2 things. I want them to only associate my services with my fees, not with the cost of the QuickBooks subscription. So I keep those 2 things separate. And I think psychologically it's good. But then also just from a billing logistics perspective, it's a real pain to try to keep up with QuickBooks constantly changing their pricing. So you have to constantly update people's invoices because QuickBooks is changing their prices every 3 to 6 months. It's constantly increasing. And so I don't want to be the bad guy. I don't want to have to tell my client, hey, I know you paid $250 last month, but it's going to be $260 this month. Like I'm not getting anything out of it, but QuickBooks raised their prices. So I keep it separate all the time. Let's see, Steele. For discovering clients on Facebook, I have decided to only send a friend request if they explicitly post about their business. I feel like this narrows down the success of landing them as a client. Hey, Steele, that's what I'm talking about. Figure out what works. Figure out your strategy. I actually am doing something very similar on LinkedIn because I can only send a certain number of LinkedIn connections per day. I only send LinkedIn requests to people who post on LinkedIn because I feel like they're more likely to be active on LinkedIn. So Steele, I'm actually doing the exact same thing that you're doing. And I have LinkedIn's Sales Navigator. I'm not sponsored by LinkedIn. I'm not getting paid to say this, but LinkedIn Sales Navigator has been very helpful for me trying to find people to send connection requests to. I'm doing a lot of that for my investment fund, Zip Capital. I'm really leveraging LinkedIn right now to find accredited investors to invest into my investment fund, Zip Capital. But still, I'm doing the exact same thing. I think that's a good idea. Elsa Jane, what if it's taken months to learn QuickBooks and I'm still not sure about it all? Maybe the wrong path. So here's what I recommend. Connect your personal accounts to a separate QuickBooks account. So QuickBooks Online Accountant is free for us accountants, bookkeepers. So you can get another QuickBooks Online Accountant account and you can set it up for your personal finances. And so connect your personal credit card, your personal bank account to this separate QuickBooks Online Accountant account. And this is perfect because you're doing 2 things. You can learn QuickBooks. You can practice recording transactions and reconciling accounts and doing bank transfers and all that fun stuff. Journal entries if you want, but it's great for that. But then it's also great because you're simultaneously keeping track of your personal finances. So I treat my personal finances just like my business bookkeeping. And I literally have a profit and loss for my household: groceries, daycare, diapers, school supplies, gas, car insurance, vehicle expenses. I literally have a profit and loss. My wife and I review it every single month. We make sure we keep our budget in check. Steel Sadler, I'd love to connect with you. Jason De La Cruz, do you have an email? Let's see, Mr. Smith, I'm from India and have 2 years of work experience. I want to start my own tax and accounting business. Even though I have started, but I'm not getting clients, I need your guidance on this. Mr. Smith, I'll be honest. So everything that I teach is based on my own personal experience. And so I have only ever tried to get clients inside of my home country. So everything I talk about is all based on me trying to get bookkeeping clients in my own country. So unfortunately, I don't have any international experience. But hopefully, you can still use some of this information and advice to help you grow your bookkeeping business. Ethan, hey man, left a comment on a recent video. I'm from Canada. Is your course Canadian friendly or US specific? And is it beginner friendly? Have an interest in personal finance and investing? Hey, Ethan, I don't know anything about Canada. I'm sorry. I don't know if my course will help you with Canada bookkeeping. I don't know. It is US specific. I go over QuickBooks tutorials, bookkeeping. So the bookkeeping fundamentals are probably universal. The QuickBooks tutorials are probably still applicable. Marketing and sales, I'm assuming you all have Facebook and LinkedIn in Canada. So yeah, it probably would help you. It's definitely beginner friendly. I think it could help. I don't know. It's $1,295. There's a $50 coupon, and I'll be honest, there have been a couple people who messaged me and they said, "Hey, I bought your course 5 days ago and I've decided to go in a different direction. Would I be able to get a refund?" I have given a refund to anybody who has asked for it. So if you want to try my course and if it's not a good fit, if you realize that this course isn't helpful, I'm not trying to scam people. I'll give you a refund. So try my course. If it works, great. If it doesn't work, let me know. I'll be happy to help. Let's see. Steel Sadler, I noticed that number behind you has grown significantly. Has Zip started to gain some traction? Yeah. So I'm at $660,000 raised inside of Zip Capital. And then I had another person who's not an accredited investor invest or lend $600,000 to Harrisburg Bookkeeping at the same interest rate that I'm paying him for Zip Capital. And then I had somebody else just do it yesterday. They lent $205,000 to Harrisburg Bookkeeping. So unsecured promissory note between them and Harrisburg Bookkeeping. And I'm offering 9% annual interest rate on those promissory notes. So I have about $1.5 million raised between those miscellaneous promissory notes and Zip Capital. It took me 8 months and I raised $1.5 million and I have about $1 million of my own money. So I'm at about $2.5 million total. And I am trying to get to 5 million. So we'll see. My goal is to get to 5 million. So I will definitely keep you all updated, Steel. I appreciate you asking. Let's see. Goal 2.0 Poker. Love your content. About to quote a remodeling business. He wants business consulting and to track costs to jobs they complete. Do you offer anything like this? If so, how much? This is a big topic. Job costing is so hard. It's so hard, but it's really important for construction companies, remodeling companies, because they're doing different jobs all the time. And they need to know, is XYZ bathroom profitable? Is ABC kitchen remodel profitable? Is Billy Bob's deck remodel profitable? But it's so hard because these guys are going to Home Depot, they're going to Lowe's, they're going to the gas station, they're going to Walmart, they're going to Amazon, all over the place. They're spending money constantly. They're getting money. Project costing is so important, but it's so hard. If you do offer it, make sure you charge more and make sure you come up with a system. Let them know that you can track projects in QuickBooks, but it's a team effort. So as they go to places, Home Depot and Lowe's and Walmart, as they go shopping for supplies, somebody needs to tell you this transaction on August 15th at Home Depot for $200. This transaction goes to ABC bathroom. This bank deposit on August 15th goes to invoice number 123 for XYZ kitchen remodel. There needs to be very tight communication between you and the client. Honestly, I don't like doing it. I don't like doing project tracking. But if you do it, make sure you communicate to the client. This is going to be a lot of work. There needs to be tight communication between somebody on your team and me, the bookkeeper, and charge extra for it. All right, let's see. Is this a record? 50 live concurrent viewers. Din, I think I've been up to 60, but I'm not sure. Madeline, what are your thoughts on doing only a specific niche? I'm doing legal and attorneys. Madeline, I think it's a great idea to only have a specific niche. But here's the thing, whenever you pick a niche, just be careful. I would not necessarily recommend picking a niche until you get some experience. Like, I got 10 clients, maybe 20 clients before I picked my niche of real estate investors. And I learned about it by accident. I was not actively going after a real estate investor niche. I just kind of stumbled upon it. And I stumbled upon it by accident by getting experience. So I would recommend, before you pick a niche, just try to get 5 to 10 clients first. Because what if you pick legal and attorneys, and then what if you never work with a trucking company? But what if you would have loved working with a trucking company? Or what if a trucking company would have been super profitable? Or what if there would have been a ton of truckers who need your services, but you never would have known because you never gave them a chance? So I think it's fine to pick a niche, but maybe be open in the beginning to working with other clients. Also, just because you pick a niche doesn't mean that every social media, every website, every networking event has to be just that niche. So you can pick a niche, but it can be just on one channel. For example, what I did 4 years ago, I started my YouTube channel. All of my YouTube content was for truckers. So I had a trucking niche on YouTube, but my website, Facebook, LinkedIn, just generic bookkeeping. So I was open to taking all bookkeeping clients, but on YouTube specifically, I only made content for truckers. So if you want to pick a niche in the beginning, maybe consider pick a niche, pick one social media platform, and then go all in on that niche on that one social media platform. But maybe keep your website generic, maybe keep your LinkedIn generic, and then maybe Instagram, you're just going all in on attorneys. You're just connecting and following legal and attorneys, and you're just making legal content on Instagram. Just an idea. That's what I did. Let's see. A lot of questions. I've been on for 30 minutes. Not quite sure how much longer I'm going to be live, but I'll try to keep going. As long as the questions keep coming in, I'll keep going live. I'll keep answering them. Okay, let's see. What else? Thank you, Zach. Going to implement more personal posts, trying new types of posts. I appreciate it. Absolutely, Alec. Happy to help. Zolan, what key factors should a bookkeeping business website include to convert visitors into paying clients? Here's my philosophy on websites. Your website is like a business card. People are not going to pick up your business card off the side of the road and call you. Same thing with your website. Unless you pay for SEO or unless you pay for Google Ads, people probably aren't going to find your website, at least in the beginning. If you're really good at SEO, if you pay for ads, sure, people go to your website. But if you don't do all that, people, at least in the beginning, probably aren't going to find your website. So I use my website more so like an online business card. So good, check out my website, harrisburgbookkeeping.com. It's not perfect. It might not even be great, but I think it's good enough. The main purpose of my website is I just want to give you enough information that we can get on the phone or that you can make a decision. So I have my contact information all over the place. I have a free quote today. The free quote today is actually really cool because what do people want? They want to know, how much is it going to cost? I just want to know, how much is it? Just give me a quote. That's what people want. That's what people want. So I make it super simple. All you have to do is type in your phone number and your email address. Boom, click a button, free quote today, and I will call you as fast as possible. And then I have a rough outline for my services. I have 3 different packages, pricing, so they can kind of get an idea as to how much it's going to cost. And then my contact information. I have my email address, my phone number. I have a picture of myself. I think that's super important. Make it personable so that they can see you and so they can trust you. At the end of the day, bookkeeping services, Financial services, all about trust. So that's why I recommend create content, message people, engage with people, go to networking events, shake hands, build relationships, establish trust. This takes a long time, but if you do it right, it'll compound on itself. It'll grow like wildfire. Do a good job, be honest, have integrity, build relationships, establish that trust. And then once you build those relationships, then send them your website. Say, oh, hey, by the way, here's my website. Check it out. Call me, email me, check out my services. I'd love to work with you. Okay, what else? What else? I want to target businesses that I can charge 500 plus per month, essentially avoiding super small companies. Lisa, trucking companies, real estate investors, remodeling companies, they're out there. My average client right now pays me $500 per month. Average. I have 80 clients. So I'm making $40,000 per month, monthly recurring revenue. $500 is super, super reasonable. But also don't be afraid of the $300. I would make your minimum $300. Don't go below $300. It's just not worth it. But make the minimum 300 and don't be afraid of those clients because those here's something interesting. A lot of times entrepreneurs start multiple companies. So you might get one person who has two companies. Boom, charge them 250 each company and then now you're making $500 per month. Great idea. Do you charge a QuickBooks setup fee for new clients in addition to their monthly fee? Yes. Every time I onboard a new client, I charge them 1 month of services. I charge them a 1 month fee for new client onboarding. So if I'm starting your bookkeeping, let's just say August 1st, I'm going to charge you $500 for August. And then I'm also going to charge you $500 as a one-time onboarding fee. So I'm going to charge you $1,000 to get started, and then I'll set you up for recurring billing starting September 1st for $500. And then if you want a cleanup project, if you want me to do all of 2025, I'm going to charge you January through August. That's 8 months times $500. That's $4,000. One-time fee. I might waive the new client onboarding fee if they pay me for a big cleanup project or a big catch up, just because they're already paying me $4,000 for 8 months of services. But I always tell them, anytime you do something nice for a client, let them know. You're already helping them. So you might as well let them know, hey, I normally charge a $500 onboarding fee, but because you signed up for a cleanup from January through August, I'll waive the onboarding fee. Throw it on the invoice. Say onboarding fee, $500 waived, $0. That way they feel like they're getting a good deal. It makes them happy. Let's see what else. Okay, I've got like 3 more minutes. Let me try to pick out one more question. Been watching your stuff for a long time. Veteran, want to have more time with the fam. How much should I expect to make year 1, assuming I follow your guidance? Build, learn, develop. I made $55,000 the first year of my bookkeeping business. I worked very, very hard. Very hard. I was obsessed. I worked really, really hard to make $55,000 in my first year. I think you can do it. Maybe 35 to 55,000 might be a reasonable goal. 40,000 to 55,000 might be a reasonable goal, or maybe you'll crush it. I don't know. Here's what happened. 55,000 first year, 110,000 second year, 250,000 third year, 700,000 fourth year, on pace this year to hit $1 million over the last 5 years. So that has been my growth. But keep in mind, I do more than just bookkeeping. I do this. I make money on YouTube. I sell a course. I sell digital downloads. I actually have a weekly meeting every Monday at 3 p.m. You can sign up for $49. There's a group of like 30 other people just like you, and we meet every Monday at 3 p.m. And I think there's a link in the description, and you can actually like tell stories and you can ask questions. It's like a Zoom meeting with everybody participating. So that's super fun. So I make money doing that. I've got my investment fund. I do private money lending. So I make money different ways. But yeah, 55,000, 110, 250, 700, 1 million. So that's kind of been my progress over the past 5 years. Okay, let's see. I think that's it. Josh, love your content. I'm still looking for my first client. Do you recommend getting experience by offering free work at the start? Josh, I'm not a huge fan of offering free work getting started. Here's what I did. Here's what I can tell you. In the very beginning, I took on a client paying $25 per hour. 25 bucks per hour. So maybe instead of offering free work, I would actually recommend instead of offering free work, sure, you could maybe do like a free call, do like a 30-minute phone call and maybe like do a QuickBooks online audit. But then always ask for something in return. If you are going to do work for free, ask for something in return. Something as simple as, hey, since I helped you, can I get a Google review? Or, hey, since I helped you, would you mind giving me the names of 3 other entrepreneurs who you think might benefit from my bookkeeping services? Always ask for something in return if you can. But instead of offering free services, I would actually recommend use your time to create more marketing content. Do more research, read more blogs, watch more videos, improve your skills, and get better. If you want to work for somebody for 25 bucks an hour to get experience, that's fine. I know there are some people who might advocate for working for free. I'm not a big fan of it. I just think your time is better spent marketing, selling, and learning, doing research. All right, Jose, last question. Zach, I'm a CPA. Thank you for your videos. I don't know how you grow so fast, but you are a good salesperson and teacher. Jose, really appreciate it. I love making these videos. I think I'm going to try to do this more often. Let me know in the comments if you want me to do this more often. If this is going to be posted to my YouTube, so you can watch this back if you want. If you missed the live stream, no worries. Check out all the links in the description of this video. Thank you for watching. That's it for today's video. Thank you for watching. Consider investing in Zip Capital. If you have $100,000 or more sitting around and you want to invest, I'm offering 8 to 12% fixed returns. As always, results are not guaranteed. And then also follow me on social media, check out my course, check out my live weekly meetings, check out my digital downloads. Thank you all so much. I'll see you all next week.